Welcome to our deep dive into the world of mergers and acquisitions, a world that I can only describe as being as glamorous as it is potentially catastrophic. Kind of like owning a tiger. Sure, it sounds cool at first, but one wrong move and it's eating your face off. Today, we're uncovering the critical areas of due diligence that buyers must evaluate to mitigate risks. Because let's be honest, nobody enters into these things hoping for a hostile takeover situation. That's not business, that's just a Tuesday night for Logan Roy. We're going for something a little less HBO drama series and a little more smooth sailing into the sunset on a yacht made of money. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to go deep on due diligence. First up, we're talking about financial statements. This isn't just about making sure the numbers add up, it's about understanding the story those numbers tell. Are we talking about a company with healthy cash flow, or are we looking at a dumpster fire of creative accounting held together with duct tape and prayers? Because remember, when you acquire a company, you're acquiring its liabilities too. And trust me, you don't want to find out the hard way that those liabilities include a hidden meth lab in the basement, or a fleet of company cars powered by wishes and dreams.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Next, we're venturing into the thrilling world of legal compliance. Yes, I know it sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry, but this is where things can go from zero to sued by everyone you've ever met real quick. We're talking about making sure the target company hasn't been engaging in any shady business practices, like bribing government officials with novelty-sized checks or using child labor to manufacture those cute little stress balls with the company logo on them. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite game, intellectual property. This is where things get a little bit Ocean's 11, a little bit Law and Order. We need to make sure that the target company actually owns the rights to the things they claim to own, because the last thing you want is to acquire a company, slap their logo on all your merch, and then get hit with a cease and desist letter from some dude in a basement who claims he invented that logo back in the 80s. Moving on to customer contracts, which, let's be honest, nobody reads. But in this case, we need to channel our inner legal and actually understand the obligations and potential liabilities buried in those walls of text. Are we talking about ironclad agreements, or are we looking at contracts drafted on the back of a napkin in crayon? Because the difference could mean millions of dollars and a whole lot of heartache. Chapter 5. Employee benefits and contracts, the human capital conundrum. And speaking of obligations, let's not forget about the employees. After all, they're the ones who are actually going to be doing the work. Or, looking for new jobs en masse if this whole merger thing goes south. We need to assess employee benefits and contracts, because the last thing you want is to inherit a workforce that's about to stage a mass walkout because their dental plan is worse than being mauled by a bear. Chapter 6, environmental issues, because nobody wants to buy a toxic wasteland. Next up, we're diving into the murky waters of environmental issues. Now, I'm not just talking about making sure the company recycles, although that's nice too. We're talking about investigating any potential environmental liabilities that could come back to bite you in the future. Because inheriting a toxic waste dump is about as much fun as it sounds. Chapter 7, cybersecurity, because data breaches are so hot right now. And finally, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, cybersecurity. In this digital age, data is more valuable than gold, and a data breach can be more damaging than a rogue Roomba armed with a can of spray paint. We need to examine the target company's cybersecurity measures with the kind of scrutiny usually reserved for conspiracy theories involving Elvis and alien cover-ups. Outro, don't be a cautionary tale. So there you have it, folks, a crash course in due diligence. By focusing on these critical areas, you can avoid common pitfalls and ensure a successful M&A transaction. Remember, in the world of mergers and acquisitions, knowledge is power and ignorance is not bliss. It's a one-way ticket to financial ruin. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights.